Greetings, dear viewers and guests. Today we continue our international discussions after the online forum that took place on May 7, 2022, which is called Global Crisis, We Are People, We Want to Live. This was an unprecedented event. Many crucial topics were discussed during the forum, and not from the usual point of view that we're used to listen. Today, we will ask our guests several questions and try to bring you more insights from the forum and also about what is happening around the globe and what is our utmost task these days. Not only to withstand these challenges and to survive, but to evolve to a different level of human civilization. We will ask our guests what understanding our viewers could have received when watching the forum.
Today, we have with us our honorable guests, Radovan Dobrovodský, mechanical engineer from Austria. Hello.
Hello.
Dr. Rawan Tamer, pharmacist and TV presenter from Egypt. Hello.
Hello.
During the forum, there was a mass of information presented. Understanding the nature of a person, each person could have been attracted to a certain part more than to the other one. Which part was it for you? Which part was the one that you would definitely recommend to our viewers? And why would you recommend it to others? I understand that some people may say that 11 hours is too much, but who's saying that you have to watch it without a break? You can watch it piece by piece, hour by hour. The most important, why you should watch the forum, is to have a look and see what is actually going on and what options we as humanity have. Radovan, which part would you recommend to our viewers?
This forum is one of the most wonderful stuff that I'd ever seen, because it was really 11 hours, but in the same time, when we have volunteers from about 180 countries, and this forum was translated into more than 100 languages. So that's such a beautiful thing when you see all of those people are doing that, and they are volunteers. It's not lucrative for all people and it's not paid, but all of those people are doing that because they see they are about to do something different. When we see a lot of stuff that we cannot find every day in our day-to-day life, but in the same time, we could see it inside this forum. We could see everything is happening all over the world, what's happening with people, and a lot of issues about refugees, about human trafficking, about a lot of issues. Maybe people all around the world could hear about it for the first time, and all of those people are doing that. Like technical support, we have volunteers, we have people who translate for about 11 hours. So such a beautiful forum that cannot be repeated in the 21st century. I could see it like that.
Thank you so much, Rawan, for sharing your impressions, your understandings. And truly, the beauty of the forum is just not enough to describe. And that it was, implemented, realized by people themselves. And now I'd like to ask the same question to our next guest, Radovan. Radovan, please also share your understandings, your impressions, your insights. Maybe there was on the forum, was there any part that shocked you the most, that you didn't know about the most? What was the forum for you? And which part of the forum, was the most shocking one for you?
This forum was very, very interesting and it opened eyes in every aspect of the life, because people know there are the news and the information that was on the forum. You can hear about them in the mass media. Sometimes you can see about one topic in one media, second topic in another one. But truly then you see as the information disappears somewhere and you don't see anything more about it. There are some investigative people that are going for the topics, but they are not heard that loud. And in the forum, you actually have all those topics in one piece of information. For me, actually, what I wanted to add to it, you also have the root cause of it all. And you could actually go through the data, you could see those data and actually see from where to where it goes as we are in the consumerist format of society. And that's why it opens eyes everywhere. And for me as a mechanical engineer and industrial engineer, it is trying to find the root cause. So for me, the technology that was revealed there, you could see that for all those problems, for 99%, we already have technology in our hands. They are already here. But today, because of the consumerist format of society, we just don't implement them or not implement them globally. So locally, there are some signs that those technologies are used, but globally, they're not implemented. So that's what was for me as superior information.
Thank you so much, Radovan. You're right about, mentioning, and thank you for bringing up about the root cause of all the issues covered during the conference, which is the consumerist format of society. And, and also you said about one thing that we have all the technologies that we can already put into practice and prevent some stuff like road accidents, or 3D printing, right? But in consumerist format of society, these technologies sometimes are even, kind of not good to put in the hands of those who are, in the power, let's say. But when it comes to the technologies like preventing road accidents and stuff, yeah, it's totally fine because there is not a single day that goes by without us using a technology, right? So we truly have technologies today that could help us cope with the challenges that we're faced with. They could help to save lives. And now I suggest to watch a short video about technologies that could be used in transportation to prevent these accidents. Let's watch it now, please.
How many people do you think die in car accidents? We lose 1,300,000 people a year in road accidents. That's comparable to population of Prague or Dallas or even the whole of Estonia. Just imagine entire countries die out every 10 years. 13 million is more than the population of Sweden, Cuba, or the Arab Emirates, and is more than Lebanon and Singapore combined. Up to 50 million more people are injured in road accidents, and many of them are left with disabilities. Strangely enough, the weakest link on the road is a person himself. In over 90% of cases, the human factor is the main cause of accidents. Why should we pay for mobility with our lives? After all, the technology to make roads completely safe already exists. Modern cars are capable of communicating with each other and with surrounding objects to avoid collision, warning the driver about a dangerous situation and taking over control in emergency situations. In low visibility conditions, recognizing pedestrians, animals, or road accidents and maneuvering in time. Identifying and reacting to road signs and traffic lights and projecting prompts onto the road surface. Blocking the engine start if the driver is intoxicated. Reading facial expressions, detecting drowsiness, distractions, and signaling the driver. If they are unresponsive, the vehicle will turn on its emergency lights, head to the side of the road, and stop. Creating a hologram using LiDAR and augmented reality, allowing the driver to see through objects. Traffic management system based on artificial intelligence is able to understand the full picture of traffic, control traffic, prevent traffic jams, and coordinate the flow of cars in case of accidents. In low visibility conditions, it can transmit a signal to the car about a pedestrian that is about to jump out or about another vehicle running a red light. This smart infrastructure is even able to intervene in the event of a threat of collision and activate the brakes. Technology already allows the pavement to soak up water and heat the road to eliminate ice. It can also charge the electric vehicle while driving. Innovations can additionally protect pedestrians. For example, a smart zebra crossing and smart traffic light will react to sudden pedestrian movements and create additional road markings for drivers. They will make crosswalks more visible or even project a holographic wall. All this technology could already make traffic safer and save millions of lives. But why are they not being introduced on a large scale into the transport infrastructure and not included in the standard configuration of every car? In a consumerist format, it's too expensive to save our lives. Road traffic injuries are the leading cause of death among children and young people. It is not a fatal coincidence. It is simply a genocide. Do you feel calm today when your child is crossing the road on their own? In a consumerist format, you have no choice but to hope for good luck. The most important thing we are all obliged to do is to build a creative society. A society where you don't have to pay for your life's protection, where all the cutting-edge, life-saving technologies are implemented instantly and are available to everyone. The creative society is a society where it is you and your life that count.
Dear viewers, so as you were able to see, we already have the technology. And not only in the traffic and in the transportation, we also have technology that could be used almost anywhere to help prevent deaths of people. Many of you probably remember either the fires in California or the fires in Greece last year, where actually individual countries were sending teams to help them, but it took too long to decide. And also the prevention to actually localize any possibility or threats that could lead to the fires are not being used in a full scale. So it's strange then when we come to the fact that ordering a pizza or something, we are using drones. And for fire prevention or localizing the fires, we're not using them at a full scale. Am I right, Radovan? Do you want to share your views on this?
Thank you. Yes, of course. And you're totally true, because if we see how many drones now people operate, but mostly they are operated by enthusiasts, tech freaks, and so on. So, for example, in California, I saw there was a fireman in 2019 or so. He was a tech freak also. So he actually took a drone with it and tried to understand how it could help, how could fire department get used to it. And actually, what in an interview they said, it's a reliable and perfect opportunity, or let's say not toy, but gadget that actually give them overview, because people, firemen, they are localizing the threats through radio, so they have only view from down to above, and through that smoke they cannot locate the fire actually from where it comes. To locate that, they send people to go in building or in fires, and so the human lives is threatened. So, and with all those technologies like infrared camera and sonic cameras, so on, they can actually now localize those fires where they are coming from, and then effectively put it out. But as we see drones, they are used, as you already spoken, on pizza deliveries or for some fun. They are not really used in a big scale for the fire departments. So that's interesting. You have to ask yourself, does your fire department actually own such a drone, which could actually in minutes locate the root cause of fire, so the people can actually put out the fire in a minute? So that's not today. That's not the topic. You can see also, for example, NASA was inventing Finder technology. Finder technology was actually developed for finding a life in space. But then two enthusiasts came along, took it, and adapted to find people like 30 feet, 6 meters under concrete. So if an earthquake appears and people find themselves on the rubbles, you can find them easily, because a trained dog, not every rescue team has a trained dog, and it takes a lot of time to train such a dog. But you can actually train yourself or train your companions to use the technology finder within a week. So that's what concerns me. And also actually for the cars, why those technologies aren't in basic equipment of the cars. You can see actually to prevent or to save lives, you have to put more money and actually buy yourself an expensive cars to have such an opportunity to have such equipment in your car. So that's what actually concerns me. If those technologies were in basic equipment of cars, such incidents would rapidly decrease. So that's kind of get what I learned from the forum, and that is what is concerning. Because actually, if you also look at it, if you put those technologies in basic equipments, it wouldn't be much more expensive because you have more products to sell on a global scale. So I don't know why it's that. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's, because, from what I see is, yes, we have all the technologies we need, but the current format, which is called consumerist format, is not life-oriented. That is, its priority is not to save lives, to keep lives. We are, as you said, we're sending satellites to dead planets. We're buying all this luxury stuff, which most of the time people don't even need. This is for showing off, or you name it, all this stuff. But when it comes to saving human life, we can definitely see usage of technologies, lack of usage of technologies. Even it's out there, it can be put into practice and save more lives. And I believe people need to unite around this idea of requesting to be in a safer world, and it requires unification of people, coming around this idea, claiming that we need a safer world where our life is, will be safe. So unification is, really important here. And my question about this, and will be for our dear guest Rawan, can you please tell us how can unification help us to implement these technologies faster? And I will, why is it important from your point of view? And why do we have to focus on the unification first of all?
Yeah. Unification of people is very important, and breaking bridges to fight all crises and fighting all issues that we could find in the humorist format, because we could find it like our friend said, technology, we need it our day-to-day life, because it could maybe help a lot of people and it could save lives. And precisely in undeveloped countries, here we could find maybe a lot of accidents and a lot of issues that could be happen because all blocks and all buildings in Egypt, it's supplied with very low grade electricity. So after seeing that, we could see a lot of issues that could be happen and a lot of accidents. So unification of people and trying to break bridges for saying and like for showing all of those issues like in platforms and precisely in international platforms like Creative Society, and showing all people around the world about those issues. I think it's a very important point to be shown, and in the same time, like we are showing people a lot of stuff like global crisis, and it's not only related that a lot of people say that global crisis it's related only by what's happening and it could be happen only by God, but it's not only the case, because we could also warn people by unification of people. We could warn a lot of people by what's happening, and in the same time, like maybe there is an earthquake could be happen in Africa, and we could like warn people about this earthquake. So after warning people, they could take all restrictions, and they could know what's gonna happen. So I think it's a great solution, and like in this forum and in all conferences, online conferences that could be organized by the creative society, I think all of the solutions are very important for people. So like unification of people, it's very important because we all are in the same boat, and this boat could be sink if we cannot be united. So unification of people, I think it's gonna be the first priority for all of us for surviving, and all of us, we need to be survived in our society. Yeah, that's it.
So, dear viewers, as you were able to hear and see, both of our guests, and not just today, but also during other discussions, they are emphasizing on the fact that we should unite and we should be able to implement the technologies we already have, because these international discussions are also used for spreading this information that was talked about on the forum. And I suggest that we watch a video how you can join and participate and help to spread the message.
Do you know that people stopped being silent? International discussions.
The truth is that when it comes to migrations and refugees, it is a business.
I saw the market where the children selling out openly.
4 days we were facing the sniper shot us and the bullets above our heads.
If we do not address such issues like human trafficking, tomorrow it could be you, tomorrow it could be me.
Politics is driving the science, not the science driving the politics.
Many people want I stop to talk, but I say no, this reality can affect and can take your life anytime.
People are losing everything.
$270 trillion.
Where is the money? And where is the result?
This 12,068-year cycle is a clock cycle.
All these problems that we're facing right now, you cannot tackle alone.
Thank goodness we have the creative society
to choose human life over currency.
We're living in one big hole, and if this big family fighting with each other, destroy walls of the home, tomorrow we will find ourselves in the streets without a roof, without the families.
From every corner, we can actually hear that it is not economically beneficial. But the question is, economically, it is not beneficial for whom? Isn't beneficial for us people to save our own lives?
We need to bring together all of the intellect, all to the science, all of the people that can actually do something.
I think that the members of creative society are the new and real superheroes.
These people already understand that we should urgently act. Do you want to become part of changes? Take action. Don't be silent. You are invited to the new season of international discussions. Watch the forum, Global Crisis. We are people. We want to live. Changes begin from you.
What a great video, right? It's truly so important today to share the information on the forum forward, to share all the discussions forward, so that more and more people will be able to, watch the forum, watch the information, watch the discussions, just read the information about creative society, because it's truly the only way out of the current format, which is the root cause, the root problem of all the violences, all the humanness we're having in society. All the stuff that I'm talking about is, truly shown to the full scale during the forum. And it's really so important today to share the information on the forum forward, to share all the information about creative society forward, so that all the world knows about creative society, so that people join. And now, I'd like to ask our guest, Rawan, again, about your opinion. How will you, explain from your perspective how you think, how important it is to, share this information about creative society forward? I mean, the information about creative society, about the forum, these discussions that we're having today. Could you please share your opinion?
Yeah, thank you, Narine. It's a necessity to share all of those information, because right now, maybe a month ago, I watched a movie. This movie was speaking about a catastrophic comet that was about to hit the Earth, and they tried all the movie to tell the people about this catastrophic comet, but absolutely all people inside this movie, they had a great interest about what's happening with celebrities, what's happening with the politics, but there was no interest about this catastrophic comet. And at the end of this movie, the Earth was destroyed. So absolutely, we don't need or we don't want to reach this position. But Jennifer Lawrence, at the end of this movie, she said, I'm happy because I tried. Because all of us, we have to try to tell people about our project, about the creative society, because it's a necessity. We need to spread this idea. We need to unite. We need to build like a lot of stuff that's related to the creative society, and to convert the consumerist and the consumer society to the creative society. It's a necessity to share it like on all platforms that we have.
Yes, I remember that movie that you were talking about. It's exactly like many people today, they're asking, but how should we help? We're already doing everything possible. And we don't know how should we join, or how should we do that? How should we do this? Guys, it's very simple, but I want to ask Radovan, what would be his message to this kind of questions from people, if they are, because we meet these kind of people almost daily. What would be your message to tell them why should they join, and why is it that important that they join and help to spread the message?
To make a request, people's request. More people unite, more people know about it, the request will be bigger. If nobody, even the scientists, even the politicians, nobody will do something if there's no request from the people. And if, until now, if in the heads, in the mind of the people, there's this thinking, the mindset that it's not economical, it's not gonna function because it's too pricey. If that doesn't change, nothing else will change. So actually, if you go again to the root cause, it's only the mindset. And the mindset you can change only by talking about it. So that everybody knows that there's another options, that you can't actually take money and put them over a human life. There is nothing more and nothing more expensive than human life, actually. And that's why you should talk, why you should spread the message, why you should actually spread the awareness about creative society. Canada. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Radovan. It's truly so. Even in marketing, they say request create demand. Demand creates supply, right? So it's, as you said, it's truly important to unite to create this request so that, our demand will be met. So, dear guests, dear viewers, all of you there watching us today, we really appreciate all people joining and creating this one request, this one demand together with us, so that building creative society will be faster, will be more possible day by day. It's truly so. More people create more demand. So as for our guests, we really appreciate your participation in our discussion today, dear Rawan, dear Radovan. And dear viewers, if the information you've heard matters to you and you like also to contribute to the greater group of all humanity, please take action immediately now. The information that you heard today during the international discussion and that was voiced by our respected speakers from all parts of the world during the Forum Global Crisis, where people will want to live, has to be heard by every human being on the planet and has to be understood. If we want to be able to create a better future, please share this forward so that everyone can hear it. It is simple as that. And now let me address our dear viewers also who might be wondering how to take action. There are so many simple steps that you can visit the website and find the link to the forum in your language, watch it, and send the email to the official mail info@creativesociety.com and to our official social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and become part of this international discussion yourself. And we are just looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much again.
Yes, dear viewers, it's very important to be attentive to each other and to be caring, because it could happen to you that tomorrow you will be either affected by a climatic disaster or by an accident or something else, and then you would be looking eyes open that nobody helped you or nothing happened that could basically save your lives or the life of your loved ones and friends. So, and all that is required, as Radovan said, to create a demand. We live in unfortunately, until today, in a consumer format where the supply only comes available when there is a demand. So we should start acting, talking about changing the format of our society into a constructive one, because that is the only possible chance and way to change things. I urge every one of you to look at the details and at the 8 pillars of the creative society and decide if you want to live in a world of justice, equality, and respect and love, or just leave it as it is. Accept that you, your loved ones, have no future and it's going to be game over. So as we're closing our discussion today, I want you to answer this question: what you going to do? Thank you very much for your attention.